makers out there. Mike, on Christian Kirk's calf, any concern whatsoever that he'll be ready to go for opening day?
Not at all. Not at all. Should be all set to go. And that's why they shut him down, to make sure that it would not be a problem.
Absolutely.
And, he looks running around.
Looks
last
fine.
couple of days, yeah, looks fine.
Is there anybody, like, who would, if anyone, has the lingering issues that you're keeping an eye on over the next 10 days?
Probably Daniel Thomas, maybe. But they're
it does get interesting if Daniel
remarkably
Thomas
healthy.
Right. If Daniel Thomas were unable to go, you wonder if they would bring up like Terrell Edmonds, somebody like that for the opener. I'm not saying him necessarily specifically,
Daniel
but
Thomas, special teams.
Right.
Special teams is where Thomas's main role
Understood,
is.
but otherwise you're sitting there, you have your two starters, and if Savage is playing nickel, you literally have no safeties on the bench.
Yeah.
And you don't have Winger. You already know you're not going to have that.
Right.
So it's two of your more impactful special teams guy, at least the potential to not be available week one. It would make sense in that kind of circumstance that, if you have somebody on the practice squad that's how you envision them helping you if they're going to be on the roster for a day, is on special teams, and Edmonds seems to fit that bill for the team, that it would be the direction they'd want to go.
Just one quick note on availability for week one. Not that it was unexpected because he hasn't been practicing, but officially Odell Beckham Jr. goes on the PUP list for Miami, so he's not available. That wide receiver core,
they got four guys,
right? They have literally four guys on the roster.
Non-contact now.
The top two are pretty damn good.
Yeah.
But River Craycraft, from what I'm told, they thought was going to play a big role for them this year. He's hurt right now. Maybe it's Braxton Berrios. Who's the other guy? Is it Malik Robinson, I think?
Something like that.
They got a rookie.
I saw someone had a chart this morning, and I don't know how good or bad some of these charts you see on some of these things are, right? But they were just ranking teams as pass blocking units along the offensive line for, I forget what period of time it was, but obviously it included last year. The Jags were 6th. As a pass blocking, I know. I don't know how long.
Clearly, this person has no eyes.
Right. This is not from ESPN Stats and Info, I take it.
No.
What are they basing it on? They saw in what?
I couldn't tell you.
Because you can't look at last year's unit and then say, oh, wait, so they got 4 of the 5 guys back. Okay, one guy's better.
It has to be over a longer period of time than that, but I didn't catch exactly what the time was. They had Miami at 28.
That's their big Achilles heel.
Right.
That's what everyone down there is saying, that they're really concerned about their offensive line.
Combinations of the concerns for their offensive line and what the skill positions are going to look like how ready 100% to go, especially the top 2 guys on their depth chart. They're going to play. There's no doubt that Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle are going to play week 1 against the Jaguars, but how much does limiting them as much as they've had to limit them throughout this entire process? It does feel like they have 2 guys that they're having to do what the Jags are doing with Kirk, and I agree with you. I'm not worried about Kirk's availability for week 1, but that's one guy. Miami's dealing with 2, and they're both guys that are explosive guys, right? So it is a different situation with Miami trying to figure all those things out. And their offensive line certainly getting better than Jacksonville's offensive line. And I don't think their pass rush is better than Jacksonville's pass rush getting ready for week 1. So I do think there are advantages the Jaguars should be able to have in this matchup against Miami in week 1.
Yeah, look, I think they're going down there and winning that game because of their pass rush against that offensive line, which is no secret, has been the biggest question mark on that team. I've not been a Tua guy. I've told you guys that before. I think you can get in there. You can get him to let go of that ball well before he's ready, and you have a chance to make 3 or 4 turnovers there.
You got to tackle in space against this team. You really, I mean,
well, correct.
I'm just saying that's going to be a big factor in this game. You can get the pass rush and everything. They get the ball in somebody's hands on the edge. You cannot miss tackles on Devon Achane. That guy will take it to the house
or literally anybody that they've got.
Pretty much they're top. I mean, Raheem Mostert, even for a bigger back, he can still run.
Right.
He's got some speed. So, yeah, they're loaded up with guys, and they're very high on Jalen Wright, the rookie running back as well. And, so that's a team that wants to run the ball. As much as there's flash around Tyreek and Jalen Waddle, they love to run it. for Miami. So, I think that's what they're going to try to do to have some success, because I agree with you, D-Rock. I think it's a major advantage, but on paper for the Jags pass rush going up against Miami's offensive line.
Hey, Mia here, and thanks so much for watching 1010XL Jaguars. For even more coverage of the Big Cats, be sure to subscribe to 1010XL Jaguars.